Boys, we gotta stop meeting like this. We have to stop meeting like this. But anyways, you guys, welcome back. It is your boy Eileo here with another updated video of Miho, because once again she was a big request with her latest updates to her. And by latest updates, I mean probably like a year ago. But without further ado, boys, let's go ahead and get this party started. Alright, so we're starting off here with the lovely Fire Miho, which is like the, what is it? Like the Pikachu of MSL. She is like the cornerstone mon of MSL. When you see MSL, you see Fire Miho, and this is what we get, boys. Fire Miho is a tank type coming in with 37k HP, 2.2k-ish attack, and then 1.8k defense. Nat 3, actually the first Nat 3 that you get. Her HP is fine, attack is and her defense is which is unfortunate, but let's check out her skills first. So she comes in with attack down, 60% chance for 2 turns, and then HP siphon. Now before, she wasn't really recommended, as you guys could see from my video from like 18 years ago. Before, her kit wasn't really recommended towards being used just because it was very non-new player friendly. Like attack down, what is attack down going to do for a newbie that can't even clear content out? What is HP siphon going to do? I believe she might have had a different skill, or maybe it only healed herself. I think it might have only healed herself though. But now that she has the ability to heal the whole entire squad, she's actually become a lot more usable nowadays. And I've seen people use her, especially in places like golems, because she acts as a debuffer and a pseudo healer of sorts. I'm not saying like an amazing healer, but actually she gets the job done. Is she worth the super evolution out of all of these though? Find out at the end of this video. But you can actually get away, especially with her HP, of building her more attack orientated. So if you want to do like defense and double attack on her, dude, go for it. Go for it. You can make her glassy as well, because once again she has a lot of HP and she can heal herself. Go for it. I've seen dudes use her in like B9, and she puts in work now, boys. So I'm proud of her. She's come a long way. I'm definitely proud of her. And then next up, boys, we have Water Miho, who is a bounce type coming in with 31k HP, nearly 2.1k attack, and then 2.1k defense, nearly. Once again, stats are fine. Nat 3, over 30k HP. Actually surprised. It is what it is, boys. But she comes in with sap, 100% chance for 2 turns, and then her 5-star skill is sap, 60% chance for 2 turns. Once again, if you do decide to use her, fully book her up. Her only use at this point in time would be Golem's B10 if you need a sapper. I used Water Miho at the very beginning as a sapper in B10, maybe Colossus, but I don't do that Colossus anyways where you need sap, because I'm just lazy and I just rather not do it. But predominantly I would say B10 or whatever content maybe in the future for golems, but probably not due to her stats. But she gets the job done in B10. I've seen a lot of people run not just her, but a lot of their sappers on like these defensive sets. Like, she doesn't need HP defense, boys. She does not need HP defense. You could slap HP attack on her and she's fine. If you want to be more safe, HP defense attack. But she doesn't need HP defense, because even if a sapper survives, you get no benefit out of her surviving. As long as she survives at the very bare minimum, you might as well get more damage out of her, because this is going to boost up her raw damage even by a little bit, which is better than nothing in my opinion. But once again, to those of you breaking into B10 and trying to use sap, I would 100% recommend her, because you can farm her out. Is she worth the super evolution? No. It doesn't boost sap damage. You just want her there for sap anyways. She can get the job done. I'm not saying that she's amazing, but she helped me in my beginning, and she can help others in the beginning as well. And that's pretty much her only use. Next up, we have Wood Miho, who is an attacker type coming in with 28k HP, nearly 2.7k attack, and then 1.8k defense. Stat wise, once again, a Nat 3, they're okay. Her defense is a little low, so she is going to be a bit glassy, but she is in fact usable. And she comes in with defense down and then stun. 60% chance for defense down for 2 turns, and then her stun is 60% chance for 1 turn. Of course, you would book her up if you were going to use her. And she's one of the mons that I do encourage newbies, if you don't have her already, get her to Evo 3, and you can use her in content like B7. You could also possibly use her in Tower of Chaos as well. And I mean, she's just a debuffer, and she can also CC if you can get her 5-star active off, which isn't reliable, but it gives you something to work with if you literally have nothing. I do see her used, I want to say, in PvP as well. I've seen a couple good ones, but very, very rarely do I see any ones that are any harm to anyone, just due to her kit, unfortunately. But she's a good beginner mon. I feel like she drops off later on. I used mine in the very beginning, but I can't remember the last time I've even touched her. But then again, there's a lot of people that use a lot of mons that I have that I don't even use. I guess it just comes with being a filthy casual or something, because that's just how it is. But solid mon, especially for the beginning, but obviously she drops off later on because you can get a more dedicated stunner, you can get a more dedicated defense down mon, but until you get something better, or if you really just like her, hey boys, it is what it is. Alright boys, next up is one of the biggest changes, Light Miho. She went from a joke to like actually good. Light Miho is a tank type coming in. Not a tank type. Light Miho is a defender type coming in with 31k HP, nearly 32k, 2k attack, and then nearly 3.1k defense. Clean, dude. Absolutely freaking clean. Over 3k on a nat 4 defender. And you can farm her out to get her to Evo 3, boys. We are at the end game. But she comes in with Fearless Taunt, which reduces her damage by 50% for 1 turn and grants a 70% chance to draw enemies' attention for 2 turns. And then she has attack down 60% chance for 3 turns, boys. 3 turns. And of course you can book her up to raise that up. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like literally she went from like nothing to everything. In my opinion, this is probably the best Miho. Definitely worth Super Evolution. Definitely worth having on your team, because not only does she only take a lot of damage from the Dark Mons, which she'll be taunting, so she'll be receiving less from them if her AI isn't being Pepega, but she also takes hardly any damage from the RGBs as well, of course, unless she has defense down applied to her and stuff of that nature. So very, very honestly a universal mon. Like, she can be universally used, and I don't see any issues. I've seen a couple of people run her in B10 versus using like Nike at the beginning, just for the simple fact that she's a lot easier to build and a lot easier to raise. And as a defense down, not a defense down, but as a defensive mon in clan versus clan in PvP, she can still be annoying. I'm not going to say she's top tier by herself, but if you add in another piece of crap with a similar kit like this, I'm not saying like Miho, but someone like, I don't know, Fire Nike, it gets annoying quick, absolutely quick. But great mon in my opinion. Definitely love what they've done with her. And alright boys, last but not least, we have Dark Miho, who is a tank type coming in with 37k HP, 1.8k attack, and then 2.3k defense. Her stats, it is what it is, nothing amazing. Her defense is over 2k though, so I'm proud. Wish it was a little bit higher, but it is what it is. Attack doesn't matter, HP is fine. Absolutely fine. I believe her and Slime have like almost the same HP, if I recall, but she's a double HP aggressor, so she better have at least 2 gem slots dedicated to HP. Some decide to run their aggressors with crit rate attack HP, well, crit rate HP. I personally just like to go triple HP with resist and crit subs. Doesn't really matter as long as she works. One is more damage orientated and one is just me being me. Solid mon overall, especially with her Super Evolution. Her Super Evolution brought her up to a higher tier than whatever she was before. But I mean, now we have pretty much a saturation of HP / defense aggressors, and I'm not saying that Dark Miho isn't useful, because you could run, I believe, Dragons B10 with a group of Dark Mihos and a healer, no problem, like stable run, and that's autoing it, of course. And I mean, she serves her purpose as just a pretty much PvP staple at this point. She's not as good as she was before, obviously due to more Super Evolutions being added, but at her peak she was pretty darn good, and even now she is definitely usable and pretty darn good. I use mine in clan versus clan, and that's pretty much the only area that I use her in, but she gets the job done. She can tank hits and she can throw out damage, boys. So overall, a very useful mon, especially if you have nothing else DPS wise. If you want to run her in a dungeon with mons, I'm not going to say that she's optimal. Will she get the job done? Yes, but don't expect a 1 minute clear time of B10 with you running just freaking Dark Miho. She's not there for that. She's there for number 1, survivability, and number 2, damage, or if you want to go crit rate, HP, a little bit more damage. But overall, solid mon, but I would still say Light Miho at this point is just a tad bit better because of her kit. But Dark Miho is an easy second for the super evolutions, and like I said it before earlier in the video, you can super evo all of them, but I would say do the light one first if you have a light one and use her in your defense team. If you have a dark one, maybe super evo her first. The RGB Mihos is really up to you. If you have enough stones laying around, go ahead and do it, but I don't think it's a super duper big game changer unless you actually use these mons day in and day out. But that's the updated Miho review, boys. Feel free to leave a comment below if you feel like I've missed out on something, because there's probably a high probability that I have. But boys, make sure you like the video if you did enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe already if you haven't, so you can check out the next MSO video that's on the way. And I'll see you guys later, so peace out.